Hello and welcome back to What We've Been Watching, episode 3, with me, Nathaniel, and Andrew. So, Andrew, how have you been this week?
I've been good this week, yeah. I apologise to the viewers for our janky second episode. We tried to composite an episode of two of us together because I was actually sunning myself in Palma, Mallorca with a bunch of Swedes.
Gallivanting.
Yeah, gallivanting. No, it was very good though. I enjoyed it, but I missed the opportunity to talk some movie news with my friend Nathaniel. So it was a harsh trade-off, mate, to be honest. But someone's got to do it.
I know, someone has to take one for the team. Now, as you have been away sunning yourself, as you say, have you had any chance to watch anything?
Well, as you know, because I've been speaking about this quite a lot, not on the podcast, but Alien Earth finally came to a close, and I know
It's
you
done.
haven't watched it. Yeah, it's done. I'd like to talk about it a little bit, very
Yeah, of
briefly,
course.
without any spoilers. Just that it started off incredibly strong. I loved everything, and by the middle point, it was fantastic. But I think anyone who's listening that has already watched Alien Earth will know that the end is quite divisive because not a fat lot happens. And it frustrated me a bit because it just felt like it was essentially just a massive tease for a potential season 2, which, needless to say, I'll know we'll probably get. But it really annoys me when that happens. I think you should be able to tell a complete story without just leaving it on such an end that it hasn't really come full circle. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I would agree with that. You should be able to tell a story in one season. I haven't watched it, but I remember the first few weeks of it coming out, I would see a lot of news articles about it. But I haven't seen anything the past few weeks. That's why I didn't know it was over.
Yeah. So it slowed, the news cycle slowed on it, do you think?
Yeah, I think so. I also know the guy who was like behind it, like the showrunner of it, he also created a show called Legion, which was like an X-Men character.
I watched the first season. It's about,
I think it's about like someone related to Charles Xavier or something.
It's his son, and in the comics he's like super powered, like an Omega level mutant.
Yeah, because I find that show to be a bit indulgent on the creator side.
It's a bit pretentious, but on the whole, I like Noah Hawley, I think his name is. But I do.
That's it.
As I say, it's great, but it's always, when you retrospectively look back at a season of TV, you always, once you see the whole thing, it kind of recontextualizes everything that come before. And I'm a bit annoyed that it's left a bit of a bad taste in my mouth, because I think some of the episodes are as close to perfect TV that you're going to get. The other contentious issue I have about it, which will be the last thing I say about Alien Earth, is kind of, I don't know whether it sits in the main continuity or not, and I feel like it shouldn't, because it's diverted too much and it's created a lot of issues if it is attached to the main storyline. And Noah Hawley himself has kind of come out and said, oh, it's kind of a divergent storyline, but it is connected, so that we just don't have one answer or the other, which just really pisses me off, actually.
Well, there's another thing that we can talk about stuff like that later on. With regards to that, though, of it not fitting in with the continuity, or maybe fitting in with continuity, if you were to do like an Alien, like the whole franchise, rewatch everything, or like all the Alien movies, Alien versus Predator, would you look forward to rewatching this show, or would you feel a bit like there's some episodes I would like to rewatch, but the whole thing?
Probably I would just pick maybe 2 episodes, and the one episode I would pick is essentially the one that almost depicts the version of Alien. Well, it almost depicts the original Alien in many elements. It's based on a ship that looks very similar, with a crew that looks very similar. So I don't know what that says about me, but yeah, it would be a few episodes. I wouldn't feel the need to watch the entirety. Yeah.
No, that's fair. So myself this week, I've been keeping up to date with there's a lot of shows now doing weekly releases this time of year. So there's Slow Horses, season of that is continuing, episode 2 of season 5 released. I watched that earlier today, actually. Really good season so far. 2 episodes in, really enjoying it. Gary Oldman's fantastic.
I started to watch the very first episode last night.
Oh, yeah? What did you think?
To be fair, mate, I literally started. I got 10 minutes in, and then Ulrika told me that the new Married at First Sight episode was out on Channel 4 Plus, so that took precedent, which I shouldn't be publicly saying on this podcast, but we are going back to it. She does want to watch it, which is good news.
Well, let me tell you something. Tell Ulrika Married at First Sight actually drops on Mondays, so, she's a day behind.
No, but it's intentional. Oh, we've always got one in the bank.
Okay, fair enough.
It's actually on it's on Monday to Thursday in the UK. I think it is.
Right, I was unaware of that. I know someone who is watching it, and they always told me they were watching it on a Monday, so I just thought it was a weekly thing.
Oh, well.
Anyway, this is not the Maps podcast.
No, not yet.
But Slow Horses, very good. I hope you enjoy it as you watch more of it. This season's because season 4 was a bit I thought it was a bit of a slog.
Yeah.
Still good, but a bit really turning their wheels at certain points. This season, I feel like it is only 2 episodes in, but I think it is moving at a nice pace. I also watched the new episode of Only Murders in the Building, which have you seen?
No, I know that was a surprise. Well, I don't know if you'd call it a surprise hit because it was a stacked cast when it started, but I don't think the writers ever assumed that it would be going on this long, because isn't it almost a bit of a parody of itself now? Because
a little bit, because at this point, I think if they knew they were going to get 5 seasons, they wouldn't have went with Only Murders in the Building, because now every season they have to go, how are we going to kill someone? Because that's not a spoiler, but every year someone's dead in the building.
I presume that was, and
that's a simple guess.
Yeah, but kudos to them that they keep making them, people keep watching them, and somehow this formula hasn't got stale.
It's still very entertaining. Steve Martin's very good. I think he's good in anything he's in. Martin Short as well.
I've never been a massive fan of Martin Short, actually, but I'm not a massive
fan of him. But I enjoy him. I enjoy him in, is it Father of the Bride? And then Father of the Bride when Steve Martin and Martin Short are there.
Oh,
they're both very good together.
The only thing I really have watched him in is Tim Allen's The Santa Claus 3.
Yes, I always forget that he was Jack Frost.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh.
We'll have to do a rewatch of that trilogy.
The season is coming.
Oh. So that was Only Murders in the Building. Still enjoying that. So those are 2 shows that are currently on season 5. Only Murders is streaming on Disney at the moment. Slow Horses is on Apple. Another show I finished this week on Apple was Platonic.
Before you continue with the Platonic, you can also watch Slow Horses on Amazon Prime. Did you know that? 5 seasons are on Prime right now.
You have to pay for it?
No. You can stream free.
Seriously?
Yeah, because yesterday it auto played on Prime after I watched a film called The Silent Hour, which I am going to segue onto really quick.
That's fine.
I forgot I watched this. It's with Joel Shinneman, and a really interesting.
Do you mean
old
Kinnaman?
School? It's Shinneman. He's Swedish. My wife's Swedish, so I can say Shinneman. I think it's right, but I think I'm right. But he's a cop, gets injured, loses his hearing. He's struggling to come to terms with it, so he's wearing hearing aids. But his hearing is getting progressively worse throughout the film. He's washed up now. He doesn't think he can be a cop or even a decent person anymore because he's lost his hearing. So he's learning to sign, but he's reluctant to let it go. Meanwhile, his partner asks him to come and speak to a witness who saw a murder and translate for him because she's deaf. So he helps interview the witness. The witness says she saw something, etc., etc. Joel Shinneman leaves, but realizes he's left his apartment in the death witness's apartment. So he goes back to get his mobile phone when he realizes she's being killed by the people she witnessed murder somebody else. Anyway, it turns into this sort of 90-minute thriller where they're trapped in this abandoned apartment building because people are being evicted, and they're trying to evade what turns out to be dirty cops from killing her, and he sets out to protect her, all the while coming to terms with his hearing and building a relationship between the two of them. But it's a lovely little film. Not too much money spent on it, and the concept of this guy kind of heightening all of his other senses now he's lost his hearing, and how he uses it to his advantage throughout the film, even though it presents itself as a disadvantage to begin with. Really good. The Silent Hour.
What's it called?
The Silent Hour. Yeah, it's on Amazon Prime. And just a side note as well, the last film I saw with Joel Shinneman was called Silent Night, I believe, which is so weird because it's a film where he loses the ability to speak.
Yes, I've heard of that one. Yeah.
And that's also a good tight 90s sort of action thriller. Mm-hmm. And it's just so weird that he's kind of made this niche genre where he can neither not speak nor not hear. So I hope he makes a third film where he can't see.
We will have reason, I think, to talk about Joel Kinnaman later on.
Ah, yeah. Okay.
Yes, because I had to remind myself, is it who I'm thinking of? But the Silent Hour, which I will refer to as Deaf Daredevil, if Daredevil was deaf.
Yeah.
That sounds good. I'll keep an eye out for that. Hopefully I remember to watch it. On Prime.
Yeah. But you've been watching Platonic with Seth Rogen and Rose Byrne, I believe. I haven't seen it yet.
That's right.
Is it good?
It is. So season 2 finished up today. It was a good ending to season 2. I'm assuming they'll get season 3 because Seth Rogen is like hot shit at the moment.
The studio, which is meant to be
studio,
good as
which
well.
I need to finish it. I haven't watched the first couple of episodes, but I need to finish the studio. But Platonic's really good. I had mentioned last week I stumbled across it by accident last year, just looking for anything to watch. Seeing Seth Rogen and Rose Byrne, thought, oh, that looks quite good. And it is just a fun sort of half an hour comedy. 10 episodes in a season. So if you are looking to watch anything that you can watch quite quick, and it doesn't really require like your full attention.
Yeah.
But it's very funny as well.
It's been on my peripherals. Rose Byrne, she's a weird actress, don't you think? I don't mean that in a bad way. Like she just came out of nowhere with like these comic chops that I don't think anyone foreseen her having, and that.
The only thing I really knew her from was she was in a couple of the X-Men movies, and then she was in a movie with Seth Rogen, Bad Neighbors.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then
I first came to know her really from Bridesmaids. Do you remember she plays?
She was on that.
Yeah, she plays the perfect sort of the maid of honor. But yeah, she's good, man. I think she's known more as a comedic actress now, but she probably started as quite a dramatic actress.
I would say so, probably. I'd say a lot of comedic actors probably did that.
Yeah.
There was a bit in the final episode today, though, of season 2, where I was watching Seth Rogen's performance, and I was thinking, he's 100% watched Curb Your Enthusiasm recently. It was given, like, even, like, the gestures and stuff were given, like, Larry David. I was like, he's watched it. He's definitely a fan.
I mean, if you got to model a comedic performance off anyone, but that's a pretty good subject to follow, yeah. Yeah,
why wouldn't you do it off that? But I was watching thinking, that's definitely, he's been watching that. He was actually in an episode of that. I don't think about that. Have you seen anything else this week that you'd like to talk about?
Yeah, I've seen a quite divisive show that's on at the minute, and you never would have suspected it would be divisive because a lot of people may have had no issues with it whatsoever, but that would be season 2 of Peacemaker.
Yes, I have also up to date on that. We're up to the most recent episode was episode 6 of season 2. There are 2 episodes left.
Now, before we talk about it, do you think there should only be 2 episodes left of this based on where we are right now, or how you feel about what we've seen?
I think I'm going to get to the end of the season and I'm going to stick to my guns of saying, because I already believe this, this should have been a 4-episode series or 5 at a push.
I agree.
Episode 2, 3, and 4, you could have combined into 1 episode.
Yeah.
And with Peacemaker, we are going to talk spoilers. So if you haven't watched Peacemaker and you want to skip, well, figure it out.
Yeah.
I'm not going to tell you. I'm not going to say 5 minutes because I don't know how long we'll be here.
Spoiler warning.
But I did not need a whole eagerly subplot. It was funny, entertaining to a degree, but I did not need a whole eagerly subplot.
Yeah, do you know, when I first saw Michael Rooker again, I was like, oh, Michael Rooker. And then I immediately just got tired of him. I'm getting a little sick of seeing him in James Gunn thing now. And I know there's many people who pop up, like his brother, who also annoys me for no reason. It was a weird subplot, but did we need it? Absolutely not. It was a bit out there, and it was so no one's there to tell him no. Yeah.
He can't do what he wants. Which is
do you think it was him just trying to flesh out Eagly more as a character and giving him some of his own kind of driving force, or because to me it just felt like filler, because you didn't need a lot of the
felt you didn't like need filler.
It. Yeah, you could just have Michael Rooker on a green screen just fannying about, and
literally. In fact, it felt like it almost could have just been like its own wee short released on like a special on HBO. Here's a 10-minute special, even before one of their next films or something. The Adventures of Eagly.
Yeah, that sounds like a really good title, actually.
You know what? Yeah, and then also I think what happened was, because Eagly was quite popular from season 1.
Yeah.
So I think he maybe took that on board, when what he should have taken on board is that people really liked Vigilante, and he gave Vigilante nothing to do until the most recent episode.
Yeah.
My man didn't wear his suit until episode 6.
But I don't think there hasn't been any superheroing, and you could argue that we've just been served Superman, where there's a lot of superheroing, and you could also argue that this group of people, they're more of they're more characters than they are superheroes, if you get my meaning.
Yeah, because I don't think season 1 had much superheroing,
but it felt like more. I don't know why.
It felt like more because he was always in the costume.
Yeah,
like they were always in the costume, and they were always trying to, on a mission, but it wasn't like a superhero mission. You know?
I mean, it was nice seeing Lex Luthor. We knew there was going to be some sort of cameo.
Predictable cameo ever.
Yeah, it's nice that it's really leaning into Superman now, the sequel, I guess. The doorway, this pocket dimension thing, I suppose shares parallels with Lex's from Superman, so maybe there'll be a crossover there, and there's going to be wider implications. But at the same time, I feel like Marvel was moving away from that ideology where there needs to be connectivity and everything, and you need to watch every show. I know this isn't Marvel, but what I'm saying is it's surprising that DC have kind of revitalized themselves and gone, no, we're going to do that. But I guess the only way that's a critique is if you watch Superman 2 and you don't know what's going on without seeing Peacemaker, which may be the case. So
I don't think, if you do watch Superman 2, you should be able to watch it without this being required viewing, because this isn't a show that you can show kids. Superman 2 will be a film you can show kids to.
Yeah, so I think kudos to James Gunn if he can give us this, have it connected, but not so that it doesn't affect anything. I think that'll be it.
It should add a little something for like people who are watching it all to be like, oh, I understand that bit, but it shouldn't confuse anyone who doesn't understand that little reference. Like this season of Peacemaker, when they keep talking about the Metropolis incident, I'm like, people who didn't see Superman aren't going to know what that is. So I doubt if you're watching Peacemaker, you haven't seen Superman.
Yeah, and then even if you haven't seen the newest Superman, everybody knows that Metropolis is a city based in the DC universe. So it's not like, if they drop a Gotham reference, people will know. It's just, so it could just be a nice little nod for those who don't know or care for the wider continuity. It doesn't have to.
I suppose because season 1 did have like references to Batman's coterie of supervillains and mentioned Batmite. General audiences aren't going to know who Batmite is.
No, I don't know who Batmite is.
Fun. He's a
mite.
He's a fifth dimensional imp who's like a Batman fanboy.
Oh, okay. The first time I ever heard about imps was when I watched a video about the idea that imps might be in Peacemaker season 2.
Yeah, because the dad mentions it.
Yeah, that was the first. That was the first time so I didn't even know about those, to be fair. Also, the guy in the costume, what's his name? The guy you said hasn't been given
Vigilante.
much to do. Yeah, it's I don't really find him that entertaining. I can see
he's trying. I find him entertaining.
He's too trying to do comedy. Like I don't believe his. I don't believe him. He
has the same issue as I think Drax had in Guardians of the Galaxy, where it works in the first one. So in the first season of Peacemaker, Vigilante works. In the first Guardians of the Galaxy, Drax works really well. He's an actual character. Come the second time round, we see that character got laughs. So it's very forced humor. Point where, like, I'm sick of that joke of, ask me questions about this animal or insect. That joke died the first time it was done on the show. I was like, I don't need to hear that again.
Absolutely. And then when he meets himself, to me, it's just doubly annoying. If I just find him annoying, I was like, to be honest.
That is a bit funny. And I do have a prediction about that, because they're the exact same. Bar one element. So one of them is going to die, and they're not going to be sure which. But because they're the exact same, it doesn't matter. That's my prediction as to what will happen.
And they don't care either.
Yeah, they're just like, well, he's still Adrian.
That's true. Okay, so the last episode revealed what a lot of people online had already kind of called out. I only knew about it because of what more intelligent people had said online. I didn't think about any of it before, and I think it was very good that we didn't think about it.
Privileged asshole.
Yep, that's what I was going to say. Or we might just be so engulfed in systemic racism that you don't. I don't know. Am I? Do I need to look in the mirror? Am I a bad guy?
Because this is the second thing I watched in a couple of years that has done this sort of twist. Feels weird to use racism as a twist in a way, but Doctor Who did an episode where the twist was the whole planet was like a bunch of racists. This has done basically the same twist. My big question about this, and I wonder if you have the same one. So this whole world is the Nazis obviously won World War II. With season 1, it's an easy villain to defeat. You kill the cow, you stop the butterflies. How are they supposed to save an entire world where Nazis have won?
I don't think they're going to care to save the entire world. I think it's going to be...
it's going to be get out of bio and get out.
Yeah, I also... he's probably going to kill his dad again. He's going to fight his brother because we're going to need some kind of...
We need that pathos.
It's going to be weirdly cathartic, I guess, even though we've already seen that and he's already done. I don't think they're going to care for this world, to be honest. I think I think it'd be more fun if they don't and they just fucking rip the shit out of it and there's just awful things happening.
There is one thing I think could work if you did want to go down the avenue of they're actually going to be heroes and try and work and save this world, or at least save some of the people on it. There's a character in the show Creature Commandos called G.I. Robot, and his whole thing was he is a robot that was made in World War II, and he's designed to hunt down Nazis. So his thing throughout the show, which is set in the modern day, anytime he meets someone, he'll be going, "Are you a Nazi?" Like, he just wants to kill Nazis so bad. That's his whole thing. So I'm just like, if they bring him into live action, they could just go, GI, on you go.
Just because they have implied there's more cameos, haven't they? Or I swear, I've read somewhere
someone asked James Gunn, would there be cameos? And he said yes, but that's not the most important thing. The most important thing is the character in the story. So hopefully any cameo is needed. Now, he also did say that Superman will not be in this show. He did not say Clark Kent will not be in this show. Want to throw that out there?
I think you can leave him out. I think
I think you definitely can leave him out.
Yeah,
but would you want to? Because both Superman and Peacemaker were filming like right beside each other. Their sets were beside each other. Surely you'd grab David Cornsweet for like 5 minutes.
I mean, like I'm not against
Nicholas Hoult.
Yeah, I'm not against the idea of him doing it, but yeah, I in a weird way I'd admire his restraint to not also.
But there's rumors. I've seen rumors of a couple of characters who might are theorized to be showing up. I've seen theories about Blue Beetle, whether it be the Jaime Reyes from the film Blue Beetle, whether it be him or it could be Ted Cord.
Did you watch Blue Beetle, by the way?
Yeah, I really enjoyed it.
I really enjoyed it, and it was in that weird period where we were getting these the flashes coming, and
it's the easiest film from that period to just say, oh, it's in this universe, because it's not connected to anything. Like, there's no real like other characters mentioned.
And wasn't it hinted that it was part of this universe? But then James Gunn has recently come out and kind of said, oh, no, not really.
I think James Gunn needs to stop talking about what's canon. I think just let people decide. In my mind, it starts from the Suicide Squad, his first thing. Because he's not going to kill his own darling. He refuses to kill his own darlings.
But I swear I read somewhere that we're not entirely sure that the Suicide Squad is canon.
Well, we're not. Bits of it are, obviously. Like the Corto Maltese Starfish. Peacemaker Season 1 is canon with the changes of instead of the Justice League, it's the Justice Gang. But like Creature Commandos and Superman are the first proper canon. And Season 2. Do
you know what I'd really love? I would love to see just was it who did Idris Elba play? Because it's not Deadshot, is it? What else? What was his name? I'd love to see Blood. Imagine just Bloodsport just pops up at the end of this and just he's just there. Like, what, you've got someone like Idris Elba. You don't one and done him. I think.
Do you know what? Bring Idris Elba back. Bring Ratcatcher back. I thought she was brilliant.
She was great, yeah. I would like to see Harley Quinn at one point.
Actually, King Shark showed up at the end of Creature Commandos, so he has crossed over.
So
even though it's in a cartoon.
Yeah, I think it's at his discretion. But yeah, Blue Beetle, great, really good film.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind. I would like to see that. Another character rumored is a character called Booster Gold, who's a time traveler, and his friends with Blue Beetle. Mm-hmm. He's rumored to maybe show up, which could be interesting. I don't know, because he has said that episode 8 is longer, like it's the longest episode. I'm like, thank you, because at this rate it was going to be 8 minutes.
Yeah.
So you can have a few cameos, but I don't want it just to be cameo. Harcourt and Peacemaker have a chat, cameo.
Yeah.
Also, I don't really buy into their romance.
No, I don't really. But I'm still not going to say, like, as a generality, I'll still say I like the show, but I don't love it, and that's at the moment.
I would agree. I would say I like the show. I really enjoy Season 1. I think that was really good and entertaining. I have enjoyed parts of Season 2.
Yeah, and one of the things I've enjoyed the most...
Last week's episode was the best one so far of this season.
I agree. And one of the things I enjoy most about this season, I don't know his name, but it's the black guy who works for the bad guys. I don't even know what you call.
Oh, I can't remember him. His name
let's just call him the principal from Mean Girls.
Yeah.
He's Saturday Night Live. He's done so many things, and I'm so sorry. Not that he's listening, but I'm so sorry that I don't know his name. But I love the banter between him and
Rick Flag Sr.
No. The other guy, the guy who was playing both sides for a while there on Peacemaker's team.
Economist?
Yeah, the banter between the two of them. What was he calling him? Ginger Cool or something?
Oh, something like that. But like, see, I'll say there were times with that character where I kind of felt the same way as I do about Vigilante this season, where I was like, some of these jokes aren't like the bird blindness one. I was like, it's funny to a degree, but I don't need you to reference it like 5 times.
I googled that.
There's a theory about that character, by the way, that he's playing.
Yeah.
I've seen some people online speculate that he could be Martian Manhunter. I don't know if you have any idea who that is.
I do, yeah.
But and I'm not sure if you want to introduce Martian Manhunter as the guy who's walking about calling women titties.
I don't. What a way to
almost got titties killed.
What a way to subvert expectations, though. I mean,
I know. To be fair, if he eats an Oreo at any point, he's Martian Manhunter.
Okay. See, I would never. To me, it would just be a man eating an Oreo. But now I know these are the things I need to look out for.
But yeah, that's Peacemaker. I'm looking forward to the last 2 episodes.
Yeah, I think it's going to be good.
Mm-hmm. Also, I hope nothing bad happens to Adebayo.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think so. I think they're gonna lock up just in time. Yeah, absolutely not. Especially how mean spirited would it be if she was just fucking killed in the next episode in a racist town? Yeah, I mean,
but to be fair, as she's running away, I'm like, she's not like in the greatest shape.
I agree. She was running quite fast.
But, I mean, to be fair, if you were being chased by a hateful mob, you would probably put a shift on. Actually, now that I think about it, the adrenaline would probably push you.
Probably, but still, I mean, you can't sustain it forever. So I'm going to guess she gets back to the house, maybe. I don't know. Or hopefully, people
That'll be the two vigilantes who'll drop out of nowhere.
Yeah, probably. But I'm looking forward to it. I actually can't wait for it to wrap now. I'm just growing impatient. These mini episodes have just done my head in.
Yeah, I think if you want to do weekly release, at least have bare minimum 45 minutes each week.
Yeah, excluding credits.
Yeah, because credits are long on TV now.
Mm-hmm. And it's because they're trying to hide the fact that the episodes it's short or just inconsistent in their timings.
Yeah. Or they're trying to be like, it's such a film.
Yeah, probably.
Here's 20 minutes of credits.
So, have you seen any of the new trailers that have dropped recently? Because there's been quite a few.
I have caught up on a few trailers. Some have interested me. Some, I'll give the first one I think we should talk about, because I don't care about this one, but I'm sure you might have something to say about it.
Mm-hmm.
Avatar 3.
I also do not care. Fire?
Okay, there we go.
Is it Fire and Water or Fire and Ash?
Fire and Ash.
The only thing I'll say, it's not even going to be a context of the trailer because I think it looks exactly like the second film. I don't think the technology jumped, and the only thing that was interesting about the original Avatar for me was the Blu-ray and the HD, and it was in that the revolution of home entertainment and just what you can do in the cinema also. So that was the only draw. So to be honest, I was really uninterested with the second one, and I never expected it to make $1 billion. I think the third one will. I think they don't need me to make any money, but I just don't understand the films look as good. Films do look as good as Avatar now. It's very rare, but there are a few films out there that can, give me a Christopher Nolan film and reliance on real sets and practical shooting locations over something like this. But that's just my personal preference.
No, definitely. I mean, this Avatar, the first Avatar came out when I was 8 years old, 2009.
That's crazy.
And I did go to the cinema to see it. And I remember thinking, I think it was like one of the first times when I was a kid thinking, oh, it's okay not to like everything that you watch. Because I remember thinking, I am so bored. Really? I am so bored watching this. Yeah. So whenever the second one was coming out, I was like, not a chance. Because I remember I've never watched it since. Maybe if I rewatched it now with a more adult context, it would hit different. But I have no interest in this franchise.
I'm quite envious that you saw it in the cinemas because I would have loved to have had that experience. I think at least for that one.
I think I've seen it in 3D.
Yeah, well, most people. That's what I'm saying. I think Avatar 1 was more about the technology and what it could do and just how far we came in visual, not just visual effects, but display and resolution.
Also, you mentioned about Avatar 3 will probably hit $1 billion. I think it might struggle to do that this time around. Or, well, at the very least, it'll definitely struggle to hit $2 billion. Because you don't have the length of time between 2 and 3 as you did between 1 and 2. And as you did mention, the technology hasn't changed enough in this interim because they basically filmed it along with 2.
I can't believe people care about the characters. I can't believe people care about what happens to them from film to film. I just don't. Also, the dialogue.
Who's the lead actor in it? I'm going to find that out now because
I can tell you, it's Sam Worthington.
Sam Worthington. He has lucked out in life. He's not in anything else. He's not a particularly good actor.
But
he got this. He did Avatar, And I'm pretty sure Matt Damon could have had that role.
Matt Damon said no, and he said it's a big regret. But at the same time, Matt Damon's got enough of a filmography and legacy that it's not.
I think he regrets the back end that he could have got off that.
Yeah, and he could have got a much better deal than Sam Worthington. Sam Worthington, we'll just say, what a weird actor and a weird career, because he popped up.
He made one great choice, and that's it.
The thing is, it wasn't just that. He was in the same year, he was in Avatar with James Cameron, and he was in Terminator Salvation. And then he was also in Clash of the Titans, which is a shit film, but made a load of money. And Sam Worthington in the mid 2000s was just inexplicably like everywhere. I think
he was one of those actors who I think they were really trying to push. I would have put him in, like, back in the day, the same boat as like Joel Kinnaman or Cinnamon. I would have put them in the same boat.
Joel Cinnamon Bun, I think is how you say it. Yeah, but I don't know, but I think Joel Shinnaman's got a considerable more range. But because Sam Worthington does appear in, like, straight to VOD sci-fi films and stuff now, but he does appear in, like, small roles in historical epics, or, he'll play a cop here and there. But just what a weird period of time where Sam Worthington was the it guy, and he just never really. I mean, thank God he's got Avatar, I guess. But I have a suspicion that because they're putting so much emphasis on his children in number 2 and number 3, I think this will be Jake Sully's last film. Prediction alert, foghorn. You heard it here first. I think they're going to kill him off.
I love that you were able to name the character, not just the actor, but Jake Sully.
Yeah, I'm not saying I'm a fan. I've watched one a few times, and
you watch them every month.
Yeah, the first time I watched it was on DVD, and my big sister's ex-boyfriend Paul. Oh God, he was
Anderson?
I wish. He was a film fanatic, and he had you remember there was a time you would buy it when Blu-ray was new, you'd buy a Blu-ray film and it would come with the DVD as well. So you had the option. And we watched the DVD on my big back TV. It was very, like, your 32-inch screen or whatever in my living room. And even then I will admit, I was a bit impressed. I was like, whoa. And throughout the entirety of the film, he kept saying, imagine if this was 1080p on a flat screen. And I was like, I've never watched a 1080p. Like, I've never. He says, we'll just imagine. And then 2 days later, I didn't have to, because I went to his house and I watched it on Blu-ray. And I think it did leave an impression on me, just because it was the first film that I associate with,
Sam Worthington.
Sam Worthington, yeah, and I just love it. No, but it opened my eyes to kind of modern film and what you could do at the time with technology.
What age were you when you would have seen it, roughly?
I don't know. Maybe I'm trying to work out a difference between me and you, but I was at least 15, 16, around about there. I've got to be young.
Yeah, would it have been within like a year of it being released?
Yeah, I would say so.
Yeah, so 2010. Yeah, you would have been. Whenever your birthday is.
Christmas Day. It is Christmas Day. So get those fan letters in for Christmas, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was the Avatar trailer. Mm-hmm. I think I will not be going to see it. I don't care enough to go and see it. Will you check it out? No.
I will check it out, but it'll be very much a streaming job. Whenever it's free on a service, I'll happily watch it, I think.
Disney Plus it'll be on, so you're sorted.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Was there any other trailer you wanted to talk about?
Well, a lot of drop, but a most random one I watched literally minutes before coming on to record this with you today was MGM Plus, which didn't even know was a streaming service.
Yes, you can get an add-on of that on Prime.
Okay, I mean it's good that studio is kind of still making stuff, but they're releasing I can't even tell from the trailer whether it's a series or a film, but it feels like a series. Robin Hood.
A new Robin Hood?
Yeah, and it's got Sean Bean in, and he's playing the Sheriff of Nottingham.
It'll never be Errol Flynn's Robin Hood. So
no, I think Connie Nielsen from Gladiator. she's Joaquin Phoenix's sister. She plays I don't know, a woman in it. I don't know the character's name. It looks okay, but yeah, who asked for a Robin Hood series? But then it's
one of those things that'll just always go.
Yeah,
it's a who's playing Robin Hood?
It's the trailer said introducing blah blah as Robin Hood, so I'm guessing this is his first role, which is nice. I think it's a good choice, because if this is successful, there's no one will sort of watch him and say, oh, this is the guy from whatever. It's just, this is Robin Hood.
You know, just a wee side tangent about Robin Hood. One of his TV shows of The Adventures of Robin Hood has one of the best theme songs of all time. It's fantastic. If you ever get a chance, just listen to it. And it ends with like an arrow hitting a tree, and it's just such a great intro. I will not sing it, but it's great.
I'd like you to. Can you just do a begrudged hum? That was begrudged. You can't see his face, but his face is screaming begrudged. Is okay.
It's very much. I mean, they've had to say the lyrics. It's Robin Hood, riding through the glen. Robin Hood with his band of men.
I've heard it.
Feared by the bad, loved by the good. Robin Hood.
A Robin Hood. Yeah, I think I've heard it.
It's so entertaining.
This trailer is actually very old, but I feel like we should talk about it, because 28 years later, The Bone Temple. Have you seen the first one? You haven't, have you?
I have not seen 28 Years Later yet. I watched 28 Days Later a few years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Good. I haven't seen Weeks Later either. I'm interested to see it, but this Bone Temple one, I'm like, it's really weird to me that Danny Boyle comes back. They get someone else to do what seems like it's just kind of a filler movie before you get to the finale.
Yeah, possibly. And it's almost like a test as well, this one, because Danny Boyle's essentially said, if this one doesn't make enough money, we're gonna see Cillian Murphy in some form, but it's almost going to be like a palate cleanser. So he's kind of said publicly, if you don't see this one, I won't come back and make the third one, which is the one everybody actually wants.
Yeah, because they filmed the 28 Years Later and Bone Temple. They filmed those back to back.
Yeah.
And it's got to the point now where it's like, oh yeah, Cillian Murphy is at the end of Bone. Like they're telling you that he shows up at the end.
Uh-huh.
They're not even saying, oh, he might be in there like playing it coy. Like, go and see this, please, so that we can make the third one. And that's a weird way to do it.
Yeah, I don't know. I've got a weird affinity for 28 Years Later, because it was one of my most anticipated films. I just love the series so much, and I love the original so much. So I have mixed feelings. The trailer was quite underwhelming, actually. It's going to be good to see more of Ralph Fiennes, I guess, but yeah, they're going to have to. I'm not sold on the trilogy, so this one is going to have to try and turn me around.
I mean, I'm trying to think. Nia DaCosta's the director. She did a Candyman reboot years ago,
which was good. I feel like nobody watched it, but it was good.
And then she did The Marvels, which was the sequel to Captain Marvel, Miss Marvel, and all that, which I actually enjoyed.
I mean, I think the bar was set so low at this current point in the MCU, so it's like whatever. Yeah. But I do think Captain Marvel, the first one, was not the greatest, but I do think it's one of the franchises that people love to hate also, and I just give it a bit of a break.
Yeah. No, I watched the first one. I thought it was quite good. I think Nia DaCosta did a good job with it, so I'm sure she'll do visually a good job with 28 Years Later, The Bone Temple. This one is not shot on an iPhone, is it?
It is. I think it still is, yeah. Because if you look at the trailer, visually it's very much the same. But I think they're using other modes of filming also. And I know that they've said they're taking more time on the visual effects because some of the visuals in 28 Years Later are noticeable. But actually, I think it added to the charm. I mean, there's one scene where they're running through the water on this dark causeway, and because there's no more light pollution, the sky is just lit up, and you can see sort of, the Milky Way. I don't know what you can see, but the sky is filled with stars, and you can tell that the background has been replaced, and the actors are kind of running in a studio. And I think it's shot for night, but it was also filmed in the day. So there's a lot of compositing and stuff. In the screen, I went to see the film in it. It's a very old cinema on New Street in Birmingham. The smallest screen, terrible lighting, music. New Street, Odeon.
Oh, the Odeon New Street.
Yeah. So, well, I mean, it's a very old cinema, and I only go there because it's $4.99 a ticket. But if I could do it again, I would have watched this on a better screen. And that actually taught me a lesson when I watched this film, because it was so hard to see and hear at points that I just realised, if you really want to see a film now, just pay the money and actually have a good experience. Don't shortchange yourself.
The Odeon Lux in Broadway Plaza.
Yeah, that's where I'm going now. Or I'll go to Cineworld and I'll watch, because even seeing F1 in IMAX, it blew me away. And I typically don't go to IMAX screenings. It might have been a price thing, but I realise now it's just better to just. Yeah, I know, but it is true, because F1 was one of the first cinema experiences I've had in a while where it was. It's such a cliched thing to say, oh, see it on the big screen. This is meant to be seen on the big screen, but it does apply to a lot of films. Like, the experience is so much better when you're watching it in the best possible conditions.
You know what you should get? You should get yourself an Odeon Pass, Odeon Limitless, I think it's called, because that's part of the reason that this podcast exists. Because I got one and realised I may as well try and do something having this.
Is it $12.99 a month or something?
No, they have increased the price. I think it's $16.99. You can see the film as many times as you want. You can see as many. So even stuff like, I went to see Jaws, the re-release of it. So I got to see Jaws in the cinema. There's a lot of good films coming out. So I'd say it's worth it. If you go, sort of the average price of a ticket, if you go twice, you've already basically made most of your money back.
Yeah, no, it's reasonable. I might do it.
Now, it might be a bit more if you want to do it at the Lux.
Yeah. We'll see. I don't want to commit. I'm not committing now. I don't want to promise anything.
No, you don't want to put labels on it. You don't want to put labels on it. You just want to...
No. Just, can you let me breathe? Because I'm getting hot. I'm getting really hot right now.
This is too intense.
The last trailer I think we should talk about today is... you probably haven't watched it, but I literally just watched it. The new Frankenstein.
I have watched it. I literally just watched it.
Oh, Guillermo del Toro.
Guillermo del Toro.
Guillermo.
See, what you need is a bit of a thicker accent who speaks quite quickly. Guillermo del Toro. There you go. Guillermo del Toro.
Yeah, you said it perfectly then. What did you think of the trailer?
I think it looks interesting, but it shouldn't be on Netflix. It should, to be honest, I do have a bias. When I see a film that's going straight to Netflix, I often think, don't care.
Yeah, I agree.
Other streamers I'm fine with, like Apple TV, Prime, even Disney Plus. If a film's going straight there, I might give it a go. But Netflix, doesn't interest me. Because
it makes me think of Red Notice with Ryan Reynolds and Dwayne Johnson. And I think about that scene where they're standing on the obvious green screen, avoiding the obvious CGI bull. And it's just like... Yeah, I know what you mean. Seeing that Netflix banner somehow cheapens the experience. But I think it looks okay. I know Jacob Elordi playing the monster. He was replaced, wasn't he? No, he replaced Andrew Garfield, was it?
Yes, I'm pretty sure that's correct.
Yeah.
And who's playing... What's his name? Who's playing actual Dr. Frankenstein?
Oscar Isaacs.
Oh, that's him. I can't remember the name.
Which I think is a perfect casting choice, actually.
That is a good choice. Are you a big Frankenstein fan?
I really like the one with Kenneth Branagh and Robert De Niro. Oh. Have you seen that?
I have not, no.
Yeah, so Kenneth Branagh plays Victor Frankenstein and Robert De Niro plays the monster. And I really, as a kid, actually, that was a film I would watch frequently. I can't tell you what year it was. I don't even know what the title is. You'd presume it was Frankenstein, but it could be some variation.
Could be like Frankenstein's Monster or something like that. It'll be something. Yeah. I love Frankenstein.
I think you see his bride in there as well, maybe. But it's good. Oh. It's quite good. I would love to, actually, I might try and find the Rotten Tomatoes score, because it's always interesting when you have an idea of a film in your mind and you think it's great, and then you.
When's the last time you've seen this one? Like, is this maybe?
Oh, years
young
ago.
Nostalgia.
Yeah, I mean, okay, so it came out in 1994. The full title is Mary Shelley's Frankenstein, and it has 43%. The critics' consensus being Mary Shelley's Frankenstein is ambitious and visually striking, but the overwrought tone and lack of scares makes for a tonally inconsistent experience.
See, the title of that film bothers me, because Mary Shelley's Frankenstein exists. It's the book.
Yeah.
Calling the film that feels a bit... I don't know how it feels.
Maybe they won't know who Frankenstein is. What do we do? Well, they'll know that Mary Shelley wrote the book, so let's just throw everything at the wall.
And what is Frankenstein often considered? The book? What is the Book of Frankenstein often considered as?
A romance novel?
No, it's considered oftentimes the first piece of science fiction.
Ah, okay. I said romance because I thought it would be a really unexpected...
Fun facts with Nathaniel.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's considered the first piece of science fiction. Really, it's often considered that.
I think the drawback. Go on.
Sorry, go ahead.
I was just going to say the drawbacks for that film. I think it plays more like a drama, more like a Shakespearean play, like a very sad story, and I think it probably has missed the horror elements. And I can imagine, if I remember, Kenneth Branagh's Frankenstein is very theatrical, and he was doing a lot of Shakespeare at the time. So, yeah, it probably lacked the scares that hopefully this new one will have. Also,
although it is quite a tragic story in a way.
Yeah, it is. But I don't know. That's
probably a good way to take it.
The two don't have to be mutually exclusive. I think you can do a bit of both. But I am just sad that Andrew Garfield isn't in it. That's all I thought when I saw Jacob Elordi was replacing him. The only thing I will say, Jacob Elordi has the build, and he's a lot taller, so he's a lot more imposing. And you can see that in the trailer, I think.
Two things regarding that.
Mm-hmm.
It would have been easy to put the bolt on Andrew Garfield's neck, because he has a massive neck.
Yeah.
And I'm not too upset he's not in it. I'm not a big Andrew Garfield fan.
I love him.
I knew you would. Side note, my favourite Frankenstein film is Young Frankenstein by Mel Brooks. You ever seen it?
No, but I'm guessing it's a parody.
Fantastic. It's fantastic. Give it a watch.
I'll give it a watch. Have you heard of Victor Frankenstein? The James McAvoy, Daniel Radcliffe. Did you ever see that?
Yes, I have heard of that.
What a weird
Wasn't there one a few years ago, like late 2010s, with Aaron Eckhart, who played Harvey Dent in The Dark Knight? Yeah. Is it like Dr. Frankenstein or something?
No, it's called I, Frankenstein.
Yeah, that's it. Yes.
And he's basically like Constantine, or like, I don't know, let's say Lucifer from the Lucifer series, in the vein of like, he's a bad guy turned good, and he's hunting demons, and it's a bit like Angel or something. And it was, you get a lot of these. It was kind of an Underworld ripoff, but you could tell it probably had a budget of about 80 million. And it was trying to kick off, so the effects are a bit limited. And also, I always find it funny when you have a character like Frankenstein and you don't want to hide the actor's face, so you just do the tiniest bit of makeup, like just a wee stitch here and there. But it's just, you can just tell this is just Aaron Eckhart.
Frankenstein and his bride are actually in the show Creature Commandos. They're characters in the DC universe. So
okay,
that's a nice link there. That's a throwback.
A throwback.
3 episodes in, we're getting the hang of this.
Yeah, we are, sure. So yeah, shall we talk a little bit about news? What's been going on?
Yeah, so with regards to news, there is. So I'm just pulling it up now because I have it written out. So the big one, I'd say one of the big ones this week was that The Simpsons 2 was announced, a sequel movie coming in 2027, exactly 20 years after the first one. Same release date.
Okay. Jesus, that makes me feel terrifically old, man.
I do remember seeing the first Simpsons movie in the cinema.
Yeah,
I remember not really enjoying it in the cinema. I enjoyed it more when I seen it after that. But I'm not a massive Simpsons fan to be really hyped up about this.
Me either. I think I had a lot of the earlier ones on DVD box set, maybe seasons 1 to 6 or something. And there are some classics, and I think we can't understate how culturally sort of impactful the Simpsons have been. But it's one of those things, like you say. I would much rather sit down and watch Family Guy, and that I mean, even that's lost its luster.
Oh yeah, that's nowhere near what it used to be.
No, I think my issue with the Simpsons film, the original one, was I've always had this idea that with animation you can do anything anyway. So what can you do in a film that you can't do on?
Well, there is more budget, to play about with.
Yeah, but can you? Did the first Simpsons film feel like a feature-length film to you? Because to me, it just could have been.
It was an episode of the show that was extended length.
Yeah.
Now, probably, I'm not like an expert in animation, so there probably was a lot of techniques they were able to use in that film.
There was more 3D. There was more 3D, and you can tell that there was a lot of I don't know, overhead shots of Springfield and zooms and camera movements, and you could tell that there was a lot more put into the animation style in terms of like shadow and depth and all that sort of jazz.
Bro, I've just realized.
What?
I was 5 when the first film came out.
Christ. And you remember it in the cinemas?
Yeah, no, I do remember seeing it in the cinema, yeah.
Yeah, I just remember the scene where you see Bart's penis.
Yeah.
Do you remember that?
Yeah, and he flies against the window as Flanders is doing the prayer. And
a really smart gag where it's just always covered and then it just shows us. And I'm like, yeah, why not? Because you can see a cartoon boy's penis.
Oh, why not as well? And that's
that should be the soundbite.
Cut on the edit.
Yeah, no, we'll keep it in. That's going to be the preview of this episode. Just that one line, completely out of context.
100%. Now, I did see about this film when it was announced. A lot of people said, "Oh, is this going to be like the finale to The Simpsons?" It's not, because it's been renewed up to season 40, which will be 2 seasons after the film.
Fuck off.
And now I have seen speculation. Is this how they're going to introduce a new voice cast? Because a lot of the actors are getting old.
Yeah,
some of them are bound to they probably don't sound as good. A
lot of them are dead as well.
Yeah, they do. So would they do a new voice cast at that point? Though it would get cancelled quite soon after.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Just maybe the viewership is maybe it's still a moneymaker for Fox, but for me,
it probably is. Yeah.
Just end it. I mean, you could make enough money on franchise without it airing. Do you know what I mean? Like,
I mean, 100%. Like, how many times has that been syndicated at this point?
I don't know. I mean, maybe for me, I mean, I don't care anyway. But I say I don't care. I wouldn't not. I'd be more inclined to see this at the cinema than Avatar 3.
So would I. I probably will go and see this.
Yeah, I probably will actually.
Just out of interest.
just ignore everything I've said. No, I am interested.
Should I come to Birmingham when it comes out?
Yeah, we'll pencil it in. We'll pencil in provisionally. It's a long time away, but provisionally.
It is a long time away. Things could change.
I don't pencil anything in unless it's provisionally.
I don't pencil anything in unless it's 5 months before, and even then I'm hesitant.
Yeah, well, you got to get on a plane, so we'll maybe have to do it a few hours before. But
commitment issues.
I know. Tell me about it.
So yeah, that's The Simpsons 2. I will go and see it just out of curiosity, but I'm not like a massive Simpsons fan. Although I used to quite like on Channel 4. They used to have the wee like idents between shows.
Yeah,
there was the one where he climbs up to get the beer and it electrocutes. I thought that's quite good.
What word is that?
How weird's that it was Aiden?
I've never... What is that?
It's like the wee bit where they're showing what channel it's on. So like, BBC One has their idents.
I have never known that word before. I've never known there was a word for that. Ident.
You're making me doubt myself now. Am I right, or have I just misheard someone else say a different word?
I don't, mate. You know,
I'm gonna just give me a BBC ident, because all the TV channels have them. Yeah, so like the BBC ident was. I'm showing you this now.
Yeah, no, I know what it is. I just didn't know. Okay, thank you for that. I've never
throw that out in conversation.
Yeah, I'm gonna say it tomorrow. Someone will think I'm offering him a Trident chewing gum.
Yeah, that's the Simpsons 2 movie I will go and see. The next bit of news is The Social Network 2 I will speak English one day. The Social Network 2 has officially been titled The Social Reckoning.
Yeah.
And there's some casting news with this. So Zuckerberg has been recast by Jeremy Strong. So instead of Jesse Eisenberg playing Mark Zuckerberg, which is a tongue tie if you were to say that quick, it will be Jeremy Strong. Interesting.
It's annoying.
I do think that Eisenberg did such a good job, because he was essentially the same as Zuckerberg in a lot of ways.
Yeah, I mean, but it's a really, really good replacement also. I think he'll do a great job. It is.
I did think it's a really good replacement.
It's the best possible stand-in if he's not there. Because
I'm not even treating this as
a sequel.
A sequel. I'm treating it more as almost like a legacy sequel / a lot of stuff. Well, that's the thing. When you do a biopic about someone who is still going through life, a lot of stuff has happened since then around Facebook and stuff.
Is it still David Fincher who's doing it?
No, it's... So the writer of The Social Network, Aaron Sorkin, who did The West Wing, stuff like that, he is directing this time, and he's writing it, he writes fantastically. If you've ever seen The West Wing, give it a watch.
I've never seen... Is that Michael Sheen?
Martin Sheen.
No,
Michael Sheen is the Welsh one, who plays with David Tennant.
Yeah, okay. Martin Sheen, yeah, of course. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I really love the first one, but I would like it to have been David Fincher, but I would also like David Fincher to direct everything, because I just like him. But yeah.
Some of the other cast on that was announced is Jeremy Allen White from The Bear and Shameless is going to be in it. He's a great actor. Bill Burr is going to be in it. I like Bill Burr. I think anytime he pops up in something, he's a surprisingly good actor.
Yep.
And Mikey Madison, who I believe was in the film Anora last year.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. So they've been casting that. I'm looking forward to The Social Reckoning, just to see sort of how they tackle the various things that have happened.
And it's a hot
misinformation and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Just everything about it.
I imagine there'll be a commentary on AI as well, and what
there's going to be, I think
being used for, and
there's been mentions of the January 6th Capitol riots from 2020 being involved. So that's Social Network 2, The Social Reckoning. That's
looking forward to that.
Announced for that. I think that's coming out next year as well. So that's one to keep an eye on. The next bit of news I have here is James Mangold, the director of Logan and the most recent Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny, I believe it's called.
Which should be given more credit. Sorry, side note. I think it's a good film.
I disagree. So James Mangold has signed a deal with Paramount to write, direct, and produce projects for the studio. However, because he was, I think, working on a Star Wars film, but everyone is working on a Star Wars film at some point.
Yep.
And he was working on Swamp Thing for James Gunn's DC. And people did say, will he still be able to do those? Apparently he will, even with this. So I'm not really sure what this deal is.
Yeah.
Is it like he can still do other stuff, but if he has anything original or anything new from this point forward, he has to go to Paramount first?
I mean, hopefully, because the only downside there is somebody else comes up with a great idea and he's the perfect director and he's just strong-armed into not being able to do that.
when I think about James Mangold, I really enjoyed Logan. I need to watch the Bob Dylan biopic that came out this year.
Yeah,
A Complete Unknown, because he
yeah.
directed that. But when I think of James, I don't really think like, is there anything stylistically that he does that you couldn't probably get someone else to do?
I don't think so.
Which
I
is
think
probably awful to say about anyone who's creative. But
no, I think we know him by name because he's had a lot of projects that have hit, but I don't think he's synonymous with a style to my knowledge yet. I mean, he's talented, but
I know, absolutely, I love Logan. I think he did a brilliant job with that. But visually, I'm trying to think of any. Okay, well, I don't think that had to be the most like, because it was very simple in the way that needed to be shot and stuff. So that one there, he done a great job with that. Maybe I do like Mangold.
He's in the same boat as Tim Miller to me. Like Tim Miller he did Deadpool. He did Terminator: Dark Fate, which again is one of those films that I think is unfortunate because it was part of a dying franchise, but I think it was quite competently made. I think it's pretty good watch, but I mean Terminator's a minefield. But he's in the same vein as Tim Miller to me, where I know him as a director and I like the projects, but I haven't seen a film that, really defines who they are as a filmmaker yet. But I think if he was to have them directing a film as a studio, you wouldn't maybe give them complete creative control, but you would also feel safe that the film was.
There would be a trust there.
Yeah. I don't think there'd be too much interference. But I don't think they're a Christopher Nolan or a Steven Spielberg-esque power yet, I would say.
So yeah, that's James Mangold, signed with Paramount. And there's two final bits I just want to talk about. So have you ever seen the TV show Scrubs, the sitcom?
I watched season 1 a very long time ago, so I wouldn't say I was a fan.
I am a fan of Scrubs. It ran for 9 seasons. The 9th season was like Scrubs for med school, so it was like different cast. Wasn't as good. Show ended after that. But it's coming back for a revival. They're bringing back all the original cast. So John C. McGinley's back. All the original characters are going to be back. And they had production on that has started. They had their first read through of episode 1 last week. So I'm looking forward to seeing that again. If they can try and capture it's by the same people, the same creator who did Ted Lasso, and a lot of shows that I love. So
okay,
I am very interested to see where this goes.
It's interesting you didn't start by mentioning Zach Braff as a returning cast member.
I didn't start by mentioning Zach Braff because I couldn't remember his name.
I was like, it's the only actor that I know from that show, and I'm guessing you said the black guy.
No, I said the actor who played Dr. Cox.
Oh, the older fella.
The sort of mentor to Zach Braff's character.
Yeah, okay, I think I know. Side note, Zach Braff, what a weird career, he's a bit of a weird guy, isn't he?
He is, of the Scrubs universe, he is most definitely the Sam Worthington.
Yeah, I know he's done a lot of self-funded kind of pretentious
sort of
films. Yeah,
did a Florence Pugh for a bit. So he did.
Oh, did he? Okay.
Yeah, they worked together for a decent amount of time, which worked out it.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah. But maybe I think a bit differently.
That's his best work.
Yeah, I would say. Well done, Zach Braff.
So yeah, that was Scrubs. I just wanted to mention that 'cause I wasn't sure if you'd seen it, but I do enjoy the show. I will rewatch it sometimes. It's all on Disney Plus, so if you ever do want to stick it on, quite easy to get through. 20-minute sitcom.
It's gonna be. I'll tell you what. Once I finish Friends again, because I'm currently watching it, that'll be my new background sitcom.
Yeah, it's such a background show. But that's that. And the final bit I wanted to talk about is the Russo brothers on Instagram posted a photo from the Avengers Doomsday set with the caption "Look hard," teasing something. They did a similar thing with Endgame, and if you look at the one for Endgame, this was before we knew the title. Whenever that was a big thing of what's it going to be called, they'd set it up in a way where it spelled out Endgame. I don't have the eyes to really be able to identify things. So any idea I have of this is from other people online. But are you looking it up on Instagram now?
I'm just going to have a look because I haven't actually seen it yet. But I'm going to look at it now for the first time live.
Imagine you get it first time.
Yeah, well, because there was the other teaser, wasn't there? Doomsday's coming. We can briefly mention that on the 9th of September. There was this, you can see on my screen here, sort of glyphs or something like that. And a lot of people were hinting that could be Wanda or to do with Strange because it looks like magic glyphs or something. But on this new one, okay, so here's what I'm looking at in case you haven't seen it. Let me visually tell you what my eyes are seeing. It's a sound stage. It looks like the volume, but I think instead it's probably a green screen. But the visuals, it's in black and white. Could be a blue screen, of course. Look hard. I mean, it looks very much like a soundstage to me.
Some of the theories I've seen regarding this are certain parts of that make out the letter A, other parts make out the letter X, and in between there's a V, and that means it's going to be Avengers versus X-Men, which I think is a standard theory. Probably will be the case for part of the film.
I can see that.
Another theory I have seen is that if you look towards the back of the image, there's a spotlight, and it's shining on two A's, or two things that look like A's. So people are speculating, is Secret Wars going to be split into a part 1 and part 2 movie? Which I already assumed Doomsday was Secret Wars part 1, but
so did I.
So that one there, I don't have any theories of my own for that one because I'm not going to be staring at every single bit of that image going, oh, but what if that means this? I'm not going to do that. The people out there who do that, fair play to you.
Yeah, and keep doing that, and then we'll watch your video breakdown of what this means,
and then we'll bring it back here.
Yeah, and we'll pass it off as our own information. So thank you for that. You do the work, so we don't have to.
So, yeah, that is the Russo brothers teased Avengers Doomsday, or did they tease Secret Wars? They teased something, and it's probably Marvel related. But that's that. There is one thing that I spoke about last week when you sadly couldn't be here that I do want to get your thoughts on.
Yeah, go on.
What did you think of we should have done this in the trailer segment. What did you think of The Mandalorian and Grogu?
Oh, yeah. So I did. I mean, I know you didn't massively get a good feel about it. I think the problem is we've had so much content with the two of them now, and it's been so inconsistent. It started strong, and it kind of went a little bit downhill, and then you got fucking Boba Fett, and you got Ahsoka. And so it's annoying because all of them are so intrinsically connected now.
I'm sorry. You got Boba Fett, and then who did you get after that?
Ahsoka. What did I say?
Ashoka? You were like doing like a Sean Connery impression.
Ashoka, not sure. I was in Sweden, mate. So that's what that was.
You were in Spain.
Yeah, I was in Spain, but I was with look. I'm backed into a corner here. I'm saying anything. Ahsoka. I'm driveling. All right. Okay. My thoughts are that I enjoyed the trailer, and I'm not as disillusioned by The Mandalorian and Grogu as I think you are.
I hate that I'm so disillusioned.
Yeah, I do, because I remember in the early days when we were watching season 1, season 2, season 1 especially, what a surprise. It was just great.
It was just pure Western vibes.
Yeah.
And it was separate from everything else, other than the Empire being there a bit, but it was separate, and I love that.
And then you just get to, I mean, I'm not even talking about the finale now, but, when you get to just deep face, when you get deep fake Luke Skywalker and AI his voice, and I mean, it gets progressively better as it goes on, and maybe in as little as 5 years, you'll get photo-real people back from the dead, which is another topic that's quite depressing. But when it became more of a thing and it became a wider connected thing, it lost its allure slightly.
Yeah, and also it really, because season 3 did nothing. It was meandering. It undid everything they had previously. Any development they had was undone.
Yeah.
Pedro Pascal obviously didn't want to actually show up physically, so he did the voice, but he doesn't take his helmet off in season 3. It's just, I don't get. And also, they resolve the Grogu thing in a spin-off show.
Yes,
which was already stupid, and and also the trailer to me felt like this could be a filler episode of the show.
Yeah, I think the biggest issue I have is it feels a bit contrived now because they know that everybody loves the characters. So they're thinking, we haven't had a Star Wars film in a while. Let's put this out because we're 99.9% sure that this will make a lot of money. And to be fair, a lot of children will go and see it. I don't think it'll be $1 billion film, even if the reviews are great. But I think it'll make enough to justify its existence.
I think so. Yeah, I am slightly it's been. I think the last Star Wars film was 2019, which was Rise of Skywalker. So it's been 6 years. Essentially, by the time this next one comes out, close to 7 years. And I'm like, of all the things you could have come, Rian Johnson was given a trilogy to do, but because of backlash to The Last Jedi, that didn't go anywhere.
And The Last Jedi is, there's bits that are a bit shit, but it's not a bad film.
It's visually fantastic, and I think overall the best one of that trilogy.
Do me a favour though, and take yourself back to a simpler time, my friend, when you were on your phone. I'm going to speak softly. You were on your phone, and you heard that the new Force Awakens trailer had dropped, and you watched it, and you got this incredible feeling, and you didn't know what you were seeing. I think you saw Luke's hand at one point, and you saw Chewie, and it was a simpler time, and everything was just wonderful. And the film,
and then everyone lost it about a black stormtrooper.
Yeah. Well, let's not think about the racism. But yeah, it was just I miss those days, I suppose, is what I'm trying to say. And I'm waiting for my Star Wars movie excitement feeling to come back again.
Same. I kind of wish it wasn't such a Disney franchise now.
Yeah, because just hear like that trailer broke records, and it was just a simpler time. And I think back then as well, we just had less content in general. So
yeah, it was less polarizing online when new stuff like that was released.
Yeah, people leave a thumbs down. They wouldn't make a video about it, but there you go.
But yeah, no, I did think about that last week. I was like, oh, remember that trailer came out. Yeah.
But yeah, I'm not as disillusioned at this point about it, and I'm interested to see a follow-up trailer, I guess.
Yeah, because I have no idea what is actually happening in this film.
Yeah,
even though I've seen enough Mandalorian to the point where I can figure out what will happen in this film.
Yeah, I think I can say confidently now that I probably will see it, just because I haven't seen a Star Wars film in such a long time in the cinemas.
Yeah, I will see it. Yeah.
But I'm not buzzing for it at this point either.
Yeah, I'll be interested to see whenever it's actually being marketed like properly with full trailer, giving you an idea of story and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Just one last thing regarding that. Do you think Pedro Pascal actually came to set at all, or do you think he will just be a voice?
I think we'll see him without the helmet a few times. Although I like the idea that Disney, because everyone's getting just really sick of Pedro Pascal, I love the idea that before the film's release, somebody just like lets out a scoop saying that the visual effects artist had to visually put a helmet on Pedro Pascal,
like Henry Cavill and removing the mustache.
Yeah, but like he showed up every day on set. We've never seen more of his face, but because of the backlash, Disney have dropped a bollock and just gone, just put the helmet back on in every shot. It doesn't matter how much money it costs.
I'll add to that. If he takes off his helmet, what I would love to see is you can just tell that underneath the armor he's wearing the Mr. Fantastic suit because he's had to run from the Doomsday set. I'm here
because just a really thick white collar.
Yeah, just popping up from. No, he had a blue collar, which annoyed me in the film, but that's the whole different one.
Yeah, but I mean that's a whole other Pedro Pascal fatigue. How are we getting fatigued with just one actor now? Is it because the media just forces one person down our throat?
There's a lot of things about regarding
Yeah, I know. That's a rabbit hole.
It's a whole thing.
We shan't go down it, but
put her in reverse. Put her in reverse. Beep beep beep.
Wide load reversing.
Whoa!
I'm not implying you were a wide load. It's just
the audience have no idea what I look like. For all they know, I could be Ryan Gosling. What was able to pick?
He's chiseled. He's got a 6-pack, and he's got a very nice package, and you can infer what you'd like from that. But I won't say any more.
Thank you.
You're very welcome.
Thank you.
Oh, this is when he should be returning some sort of compliment, but we'll just let it hang like the farce it is.
No, because I don't return compliments based on a compliment has to be, I want to mean it when I say it. I don't just want to say it because you said something nice to me.
You know what? I respect that.
It's the same with giving compliments. I don't give compliments to receive them.
That's true. All right. I'm not. I didn't. Let's move on.
Now we'll take a hiatus for a couple of weeks to have a wee sabbatical from each other. But we'll be back after this domestic.
Me and Nathaniel have built bridges after our recent altercation. I'm sorry you had to hear that.
We are in non-couple. We're in podcasting couple counselling.
We are.
It's quite intense, but we're working on it.
And it's incredibly expensive. It's by the hour, and it's only over. Yeah, and they're also recording their own podcast whilst we're in therapy, and we had to sign a clause. So we will be featuring on podcast therapy weekly shortly.
Yes, and from next week, any donations would be appreciated to support us through this hard time. But with that being said, I think it's time that we give you some recommendations. And I'm going to let Andrew give a recommendation. So
I'm going to recommend The Silent Hour with Joel Shinamon because I don't feel like a lot of people have seen it. It's not necessarily a new release, but I think for us, when we're recording this, it's very much like, what have we watched recently that's left a kind of impression on us? And I think if you're an action lover out there, go out and show this film some love on Amazon because it is very enjoyable. And that's my recommendation.
Very nice. I'm going to go the complete opposite way of you giving a recommendation and go for something that I mentioned very briefly this episode, but haven't watched recently, and that is Young Frankenstein. We're in October now, so it's, it'll match with the vibes. It's funny. It's very entertaining. Just a great watch, directed by Mel Brooks. Yeah, check out Young Frankenstein if you get a chance. I don't know if it's streaming on anything at the moment. I am going to check that. Just, but if not, I'm sure there's ways of seeing it. Buy a DVD.
Yeah. Got a pound.
So it doesn't seem to be streaming on anything at the moment, but it's Mel Brooks and Gene Wilder's on it. Yeah, very entertaining, so I'd highly recommend that. And that was our recommendations this week. So what we're doing this week is you're going to get 2 episodes of us this week. This episode with news and trailers, and we'll be doing Film Tinder in the next episode, which is where I'll give Andrew a list of films and he'll treat it as though it's Tinder. So we hope you enjoyed this episode. Leave a like, comment anything you'd like to, and share it where possible. But yes, join us for Film Tinder.
And thank you for listening if you've tuned in to the 3rd episode. Is it the 3rd? Yeah, it is.
It is the 3rd.
What we've been watching with me, Andrew.
2.5.
2.5, yeah.
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.